Of all my years being a loyal servant to Unicron, he never once asked us how we felt about him consuming planets. So for today, and today only,
Alright, my artistic intro. Sorry for that goofy intro. I just wanted to spice things up a bit. Today, we have Scourge. Okay, so this is probably my biggest Transformer to date. And I basically made him, like, right away as soon as Rise of the Beast was done. And I actually kind of got lucky because thanks to some user on Twitter, I didn't ask permission to... I mean, not permission, but like... It's not like it was free images, if anything, but someone on Twitter just happened to have images of Scourge like all over. Now, it's not accurate because rewatching the movie, I noticed that there are a few things missing on like his arms and his feet. So yeah, it's not a whole lot of accurate. So I probably need to update him eventually again. But at the moment, I just think he looks good for what he is. So let's just get right into it and like what I had to do to suffer during the making of this thing. Okay, so right off the bat, he's a little loose. Now, the only reason why he's like this is because this is basically me experimenting. Because with Transformers, they have a lot of detail, and with that detail, they are required a lot of pipe cleaners. So, well, I didn't want to do that this time, and to save up on pipe cleaners, what I ended up doing this time was using plush physics. So basically, his limbs and his head and his torso are all stuffed, and yeah, and basically his hinge joints on everything, fingers, arms, like legs, neck, everything is basically a pipe cleaner, like this. Focus, like that. Stuck a pipe cleaner between every single one of the hinge joints, and that's how he works. And honestly, he's a lot more mobility because now he has like a very robotic like feel to him. Like everything feels a lot more realistic, if you know what I mean. Because with one like Bumblebee, I actually don't know where he is. There he is. Bumblebee is like not like that. His detail is there, and in fact his thing's a little small. I have to shorten it a little bit. But anyways, the point is that he doesn't have that much mobility. It's really stiff, and if anything, it doesn't show much physics with the movement at all. It's really stiff. Not for Scourge though. He's really like movable and stuff. And actually, this is the only Transformer where I actually got the size matching with like an already existing one, because I actually did do the measurements, and he actually is as big as he is next to Bumblebee. So yeah, and actually one of my friends actually made a Scourge at the same time I was making him, and honestly, his feels more like natural and like more like cool, epic, if you know what I mean, because he managed to make the claw and the gun and his hand, all that removable. I don't know how he was able to do it. I mean, actually I do know how, but the way I make him is there was no way I was gonna be able to get him. Now, I know a lot of you are in the comments right now questioning on how I made this. It's really not the hard. I can't really explain how I make this or how I did. It's basically just me looking at the image, looking at every small little detail there is, and cutting it out even underneath all of his like kibble right there. Like all that is just, I mean, it's basically just guessing, but also like trying to stay as close as I can to the actual image. So like, and I know a lot of you are some of you are probably gonna go, where's the brown rust color? I don't know how to add that. Maybe I could just get some Sharpie and like scribble it all around his gray parts, because I was actually kind of hard. It was hard trying to get the colors for him because I didn't know what kind of specific color he was. I knew he was gray, and I knew he had some brown on him. But another thing that caught my attention was that the creators of the movie, they said he was rusted. So he was gray, he was just rusted. So he was never brown. Like I said, he was just rusted. The only correct color I got was on his head right here. That is like the color that should be right here. But it's okay. Now, his mask used to be removable. I don't know how. I mean, I knew how it was removable. It was like his mask had like studs on it, and there were holes in the faces, and I could just stick it back in and out. But honestly, I'm not a big fan. Or not a big. I'm not saying I'm not a big fan, but like I don't know how I feel about the mask coming off and stuff. It's not. I mean, I'm not saying he's ugly or anything, but just because it just feels so strange for me to do something like that. Because the mask was also kind of loose, so that's another reason why I didn't have it on and off. And because like I usually put glue in the holes where the face were, so that way it would stick in better. Until eventually I just decided to glue it in, so I wouldn't have to keep gluing it in and wasting glue. So yeah, and so this is his front. So something that does seem off about him is that he has a lot of gray on his front. It's not a big deal, but it is kind of noticeable. And on his feet right here, it's like a glare or something. I don't know what it is specifically, but it's this. It's like I got Sharpie and I just glared it, made it look a little fuzzy, dirty. And his claw is actually okay. I'm not a big fan of movable fingers, especially on pipe cleaners, because they don't last long. And I can't make fingers like separately out of like sewing them separately, because they never come out well. I was lucky to do it with Vanny, but it was hard. But yeah, and also I don't know how I should add his the symbols. I forgot what they're called. The emblems for like the Predacons, Maximals, all the good stuff on his like shoulders and stuff and arms. I don't know how to add those, but I feel like I probably will eventually. It's not like a major detail. I mean, it kind of is, since he basically does it like thrice in the movie, I believe. I don't know. It's a lot. And then here's the back. Not that much going on in the back. I did have to redo a couple pieces. But yeah, like I said, he has a lot of mobility. And the spine was pretty much the last thing I had to do with him. He was like, I thought he was done until I realized, oh yeah, he has a spine. And this isn't even all of it. There's like a lot missing from this spine. Like, it's a lot longer than this, but hey, I tried. And I don't really know what else to say. I mean, I would just say that his smokestacks, they look like soda. So yeah. That was Scourge. And also his eyes are like a orange. An orange like foam board. Like I use foam board for teeth, but just because if I were to use material like this, it would not glow. Like, it might glow a little bit good on the camera, but not like inside. Like if I can just try to like squeeze it in a little bit, you would not be able to see it. Yeah, like you can barely see. I mean, it's only because it's a lot right there, but if it was just the eye, then it would be very hard to see. So yeah, and I tried to have his gun, like fold his thing into a gun, but it did not work out. And what if I can try to do it real quick? You see, the thing is, I'm not very tech savvy with my like creations or puppets or whatever. I mean, the only thing I would actually ever think of doing is adding Velcro. But if I've known anything from using Velcro, never use it on felt, which is what 90% of Scourge is made out of. You see, this is the best I can do for a gun. It looks terrible. If I were to do this, it looks worse actually. So I don't know how I'm gonna make a gun for him. Unless I spend a lot of time folding it and placing it correctly, then I should make a good gun for him. But for now, this is how he looks, and I'm pretty happy with how he looks. And I I will probably use him in videos. I think I might have something like planned for him. But yeah, I'm actually really happy with how he turned out. Of course, he's not perfect, but I'm happy with what I did. And now I just need to make Optimus, which probably won't happen for a while. So yeah, you go up there, and you, sir, go in there. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll be back with another puppet video. Goodbye.